what's going on everyone? This is KC. I am back again with another exciting video, and I'm going to get right to the point. We're giving away the Ravenscroft 275 piano, all right? Absolutely free. Now I'm going to tell you how you can get it. Very simple. Step one, select a hymn, all right? If you don't know what a hymn is, go to Google, type in hymn. It'll give you a list of hymns. You can choose Amazing Grace, you can choose Blessed Assurance, Tis So Sweet. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of different hymns that you can select, all right? So step one is choose a hymn or select a hymn. Step two is I want you to record yourself playing. Now, I don't need you to set up a fancy camera or anything like that. All I want you to do is record the Midi data. Now, some of you are wondering, what is Midi? I've heard about Midi and things like that. Well, Midi is actually the data that was used to play or trigger the notes that you hear. So a lot of times when people send you Midi files, you can upload that Midi file into your digital audio workstation or your computer, and you push play and it'll actually play exactly what that person played, all right? You can speed it up, you can slow it down. It's really, really cool. So step one, select a hymn. Step two, record yourself playing the Midi file, or record yourself playing the hymn, and I want you to export the Midi file, all right? And basically you want to send that Midi file to us, all right? And what we're going to do is I'll create something called the hymn community. Hymn community, all right? And basically what that means is it's a community of musicians like yourself, musicians from all over the world. I want you all to submit your hymns, your Midi file. And what you want to do is, and you just attach it to the email. I mean, it's real simple. Midi files are very, very small, so you don't have to worry about it being a large file. Once you attach that file and you send it to us, guess what? You get everybody else's hymns, all right? So that's the way the hymn community works. You donate one hymn Midi file, and guess what? You get everybody else's hymns, all right? So if it's 1,000 people who have submitted hymns, you get 1,000 different hymns that you can use to learn from. You can glean creative ideas from other musicians. You have 2 weeks to send this Midi file in. Of course, you can send it in years and years and years later, but in order to get the Ravenscroft 275 virtual instrument, this piano that you've been hearing, in order to get it for free, you need to send it within the next 2 weeks. So that deadline is like January the 1st, 12 a.m. So basically December 31st at night at 11:59, you need to hurry up and get this your Midi file to us. So I'm going to show you, if you don't know what Midi is, real quick, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And I use, my preference is to use Studio One, the professional version. They have a free version as well, but I just love Studio One. We are endorsed by Studio One, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. So who knows, there may be a Studio One giveaway, professional version in the near future. You just got to subscribe and stay tuned, and we'll see about that. All right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose Logic. The reason why I'm using Logic is because a lot of musicians use Logic. It's one of the most popular digital audio workstations. So I click on Logic there. I'll go File, and I'll do click New. You have software instrument. You see all these different steps you have to do. Studio One professional version. It's just drag and drop. You open the template up and you just literally drag what you need. Here in Logic, I have to go over here, minimize this, click on Instruments, go down to Instruments, UVI Workstation. All right, cool. So there we go. I'm loading up the Ravenscroft 275 piano. This is the piano that you're going to be getting. So I'll click the player version. And while it's loading, I want to tell you that the person who can present the most heartfelt hymn. Now, it can be heartfelt, it could be, jazzy, it could be classical, it could be just something that touches us. And I say us, it could be me, it could be representatives from VI Labs Audio, from the actual company that created the Ravenscroft 275 piano plugin. All right, that winner is going to get this piano. All right, we're going to send it to you absolutely free. I think it's valued at $200. Now, I want to tell you guys this, all right? I'll make a deal. If you send me a Midi file of you playing, I will convert it over into the Ravenscroft 275 piano so that you can actually hear what your Midi file would sound like, or what you would sound like as if you played this piano, as if you had it there at your house, all right? Or wherever you live, all right? So I'm going to just send me the Midi file. I'll convert it over to audio file, and I'll upload it, and you'll be able to have the audio version, all right? Now, you go to the website, and it'll explain how to listen to your file, all right? Because again, I don't care if I get 1,000 MIDI files, I'm gonna convert all 1,000 MIDI files. I'll convert those over to audio. Now, it has to be you playing, so don't send me a MIDI file of your friend, he sent you a MIDI file of him playing a hymn, or so her, she, him, he, it, they, them. It needs to be you. All right. And now I'm going to show you how to record yourself playing a hymn. Now, everybody has their own style of playing. And I'll turn this metronome off. Everybody has their own style of playing. So what we're looking for is, we're not looking for you to play like me. I'm not looking for you to play like anybody else that you've heard. We want to hear you. We want to hear your creative, I guess you could say, your creative rendition of a hymn. So here we go, real simple. Okay, so I'll push R here to record, and I'll do the song Amazing Grace. All right, so let's say your style of playing may be something like this. All right, or your style may be all right, or again, I'm just kind of just making up different versions. So you may be a musician, you like to play fancy chords. Maybe you like to do nice passing chords. All right, I just changed keys there. I just pivoted off of the 5 and made it into a 3. All right. Anyway, there's just so many different ways you can do a. I mean, I'm just messing around here. So have fun with it. All right, there's just so many different styles you can do. And you remember how we started off? You can maybe end it that same way. All right, so again, I'm just kind of having fun here, and you can see here on the screen it's actually recording everything that I'm playing. So I'll push stop here, and you look here and you can make it bigger this way. I think in Logic you can double click. You can also do, I think, Command 4, opening it up. I mean, there's just so many different ways. Me personally, like I said, I really love the way Studio One, their MIDI looks. It's beautiful. So many easier functions. I mean, the same functions, but they're easier to get to. So anyway, when you play a MIDI file, when you load it in, it would look something like this, and you just press the space bar. All right. So that's the cool thing about MIDI, man. I mean, you can just, especially you producers, this piano is amazing. If you have headphones, you can really, really hear how crazy this piano sounds. You can hear every time I press the pedal. There it is again. All right, let's open this up a little bit more. So there we go. That's the MIDI file. And again, I think I played it a few other ways. All right. Anyway, what we want to do now is you're going to export this. So you do Command, I think in Logic. I haven't used Logic in such a long time. I think it's you click on it, Control, and click on it, and then right here, bounce as MIDI file. Boom. And we want to save it to the desktop. We'll call it Amazing Grace. And we'll do KC. So that way we know it's you or whoever, whatever your name is. So Amazing Grace KC, save. And we'll click out of this and we'll say, yeah, we'll save it. This is the actual file, Amazing Grace KC. All right. And I'll save it to the desktop as well. Save and voila. So here's the MIDI file. This is what I just played. And you send that to me again. I don't care, free of charge. Send it to me. I'll convert it over to audio to the Ravenscroft 275 piano, so you can actually hear what you would sound like if you had the actual Ravenscroft piano there at your fingertips. All right. Now I will tell you, each keyboard is different. It has a different velocity response. So if you have a semi-weighted keyboard, it may sound a little different than it would if you had a weighted keyboard. I'm not going to say it will sound bad because Ravenscroft sounds great. I don't care if you have a little toy 3-note keyboard, it's going to sound good. So anyway, here's the MIDI file, and you can see here, I can right click on here and we can get info, and look how small this is. Look at that, is that 6 or 8? 6 kilobytes. All right, so I mean, it's a very, very small file. And then, like I say, you can choose your digital audio workstation. Let's say you download a file and you're like, I want to learn how to play like this person played, or learn some of the licks or nuances that they did. So what you can do is you can just open up Studio One. We'll call this Amazing Grace. So I like this because you do it ahead of time. You save your project ahead and you don't have to worry about it at the end. And then watch this, click and drag right here. You just go down UVI and drag it over. Voila, it's that simple. Drag and drop. That's just one of the many features that I love about using Studio One. And what I'm going to do while that's loading, what I can do is I can go in here and I can get the MIDI file and we'll drag it in. All right, so all right, and throw this in. Voila, the MIDI file is here and should be able to just push play, spacebar here. And you can see the notes here at the bottom. Most piano libraries have a little keyboard, especially like Contact. And you can slow it down. You can go to whatever tempo you want. You can speed it up, anything like that. All right. So again, that's how the MIDI works. A lot of you guys have had questions about, what's a MIDI file? What is it exactly? It's like a digital folder. And it's like you throw that folder into a digital audio workstation, that folder, that MIDI file. And what it does is it triggers that MIDI data that's inside of that folder, tells your computer or tells your piano what to play. All right. So again, like I say, we may have 100 people to submit MIDI files, and you'll be able to download all those MIDI files. Once you submit a hymn, of course, you'll be able to download that MIDI file into your digital audio workstation, and all you have to do is press play. And of course, you may have to upload a piano library that you may have. Most software, digital audio workstations have like generic pianos. Like Studio One has like tons, like just amazing soft synths and pianos and things like that. So maybe I'll do another video about Studio One and show you some of the cool benefits of using Studio One versus Logic and Pro Tools and Cubase. Again, it's just a preference. It's just the software that I prefer to use when I'm recording and when I'm producing videos and things like that. So if you have any questions, you know how to get in contact with me either via the website or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But what I want you to do is I want you to submit a hymn. I want you to submit a MIDI file, and I'm going to convert it using the audio of the Ravenscroft 275 virtual instrument library. I'm going to convert it for you, and I'm going to upload it to the website so you can be able to hear what your hymn would sound like. Also, you would have access to all the other MIDI files that other people have submitted. You have 2 weeks to send this MIDI file in. Of course, you can send it in years and years and years later, but in order to get the Ravenscroft 275 virtual instrument, this piano that you've been hearing, in order to get it for free, you need to send it within the next 2 weeks. So that deadline is like January the 1st, 12 a.m. So basically December 31st at night, at 11:59, you need to hurry up and get this your MIDI file to us. And I'm going to send it to VI Labs Audio. I'm going to send it to their team. And who knows, if they like it and we have a winner, I mean, there's so many things that could come to you as a result of that. I mean, we may be able to fly you here to record a full video project. Who knows? But they may even host your MIDI file and put it on their website and as an example to show the world how to play a hymn and what it can sound like using their virtual instrument library. So again, I love you guys so much. And I want this community to be large. I want it to be huge because it's not about me. Now I'll upload my little version of Amazing Grace that I just played. I'll upload it to the community, but there are going to be some musicians that play very simple but very powerful. They may just play just very basic chords, but it may touch the hearts of many. Or you may be a musician, you do a lot of flashy runs and chords and things like that. So again, I want you guys to know that today is a new day, a new life, and a new opportunity to become a better you. I like to close out with that saying because today really is a new day. So if you are a musician, you're not the best you. You're not practicing, or you haven't really studied like you should to be the best you. Start today and say, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll start by playing a hymn. So again, I love you guys so much, and you know how to get in contact with me. I love you guys so much. Big shout out to VI Labs Audio for this amazing Ravenscroft 275 piano. It is my favorite. All right. I love you guys. See you next time.